Hello everybody, welcome to Scraps to Crafts. I appreciate everybody that is subscribed and that has returned to watch my videos, and if any of you are new out there, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and give me a thumbs up. I wanted to show you, I did this short, just I don't even know, it's been a few days, but I did a short and showed you this cute little junk mail envelope tag journal, and I'm actually going to put some of these in my Etsy shop that's brand new, and hoping that some of you will be interested out there in maybe purchasing some of these. But I want to go through kind of the process of making these, and it's very simple, and I'm actually done a lot of stuff ahead of time so that I'll keep this journal, or I mean this video, a little shorter than normal. I don't like to have too long videos. So here we go. This is a quick look at this little tag. It's junk envelopes, made out of junk envelopes that I've collected, and made this little tag journal out of it. It's got a lot of pockets and things for tags, and so this here is actually a bigger tag that fits inside this pocket. It's got a pocket in it with a journal card inside of that, so that just fits inside there. And I've also added some pockets inside, and there's more tags, and there's another one of those with the pocket, another journaling card. There's another pocket on this page here, and there's another. Every one of these pages has a pocket at the end. I put an envelope in there for journaling, writing journaling in. Did some little different things with some of the little tags, like this one. I put the ribbon on it and a piece of wax thread there, made a little bow. Possibilities are endless with these. You can decorate them up any way you want. I left this one empty for someone. Recipient can add something too if they like. Of course, these do open up. Let's see if I can get that to open up with my fingernails here. Well, anyway, they do open. There is a pocket there. And here's another one with another tag. And some of these tags are not blank on the other side, but you could write on those if you wanted. These bigger ones that I've made, this one here doesn't have a blank spot either, but the bigger ones are blank on the back for writing. And you can see that they're put together with these book rings. And these are actually inch size book rings, and they work pretty well. So let me tell you real quick what you're going to need. You're going to need some junk mail envelopes, and I don't know if you're like me. If some of you aren't, you might think about saving these, so you get so much mail that has a return envelope in there that, you know, it's junk mail. The return envelope, you end up just throwing it away, but they can be used to make these cute little tag journals. So I have a many junk envelopes to use for that. So you'll need 7 of those for this. We use 7, and of course we're going to be cutting them all in half, so you're not going to have that full length. They're just cut in half. That's where we're going to create our pockets. And you're going to need about 14 pieces of scrapbook or digital or whatever kind of paper you want to put on the outside of these. And these 14 pieces are cut just a little smaller than the envelope. I do inking and that kind of stuff, but so 14, because you got the front and the back to cover, and you got seven pages here, so you'll want 14 of those. So I'm going to say they're approximately 4 1/4 by 3 3/4. You're going to want some more scrapbook paper. I used the thinner scrapbook paper that you're going to need about almost an inch wide, and this is what is used for this little binding here on the spine here before we put our little holes in for the rings. So you're going to need probably 3 strips of that. You're going to need tags and journaling cards. Sizes are your preference. If you want them to fit inside these pockets fully, like this one here, this one is blank on the other back side, you're going to want them to be approximately, you know, this length so that it'll fit down inside there. And you're just kind of have to play it by ear. You'll know what size to make things, and cut them out, cut your bases out, try them in. If they don't fit, cut them down a little bit. That's part of the creating process. You'll need scraps for those pockets and the ephemera that, you know, the little pockets that I made and put inside here, this little pocket here. And ribbon. I used ribbon here. I love these little calico ribbons. I did get this calico ribbons on Amazon. They have pretty good buys, lots of different colors. Added another little silk type ribbon there too, just added some color. And some lace, just a little bit of lace. Also, I have seen these done with lace on the edges of the page if you wanted to add more decorations to your little journal here. And you need a circle punch is good to have. I would invest in a circle punch. I have a 1.5 inch circle punch that I use, and I also have a smaller one. This one here is, gosh, doesn't even have what it is, but I'm going to say that is not even a full inch, but it might be. It might be an inch. Yeah, it's about an inch. And my 1.5 inches is a little bigger. That's what I used on this. This is what I used on these pages here. So before I start, I wanted to just give a shout out to Lene Creates. I got this idea from her YouTube channel, one of her YouTube videos. I got this idea. And then I stumbled across Sandy and Kentucky Crafter, and she was doing a video and also a giveaway on the same exact idea. So I think these are popular. So they're a lot of fun to make. So let's go ahead and get into the process. So I'm going to show you that I have worked ahead here, got my first part pages done here. I'm going to do one page just to show you how it's actually done. But I've gone ahead and worked ahead and got these all glued together and inked up and put the little strips on the binding here and cut my little holes. And you can see that all these envelopes, every one of them has a little pocket there for you to put little goodies in. And these colors I love. I'm this type of autumn type color. I just love these colors. They're one of my favorites. So anyway, the first thing we're going to do, of course, we're going to take a envelope, one of your junk mail envelopes, and the first thing you're going to do is you're going to glue down this flap. So take your glue and just go around the edge there. I don't have to worry too much because we're going to be gluing over stuff, and just glue that down because that's what you need. You need that flap glued down. So glue that down. And then I like to, just for reference for me, I like to just kind of fold it in half. So I get the exact half. So I just take it and I just pinch the halfway mark right there. And so that gives me an idea of exactly where that halfway mark is. Then I take my cutter, and if you don't have a cutter, just fold that in half and cut them with scissors. And just figure out where that halfway mark is and cut it in half. And there you go, you got your two halves. And so what you're going to do is you're going to take these, and this is going to be one of your signature pages right here. We're going to glue this together like a pocket around these edges. And the open end, the part that was cut, is going to be at the spine edge. The part that's folded here is going to be where your pocket's going to be. So just keep that in mind, that you will be doing that. You will have these cut edges at this side, which would be going to your left. So that's how I cut my pages first. So I've already got this one here cut. Doesn't matter if these are where these are or at all. You don't have to have these right side up or anything, because everything's going to be covered and decorated. And so first thing we're going to do is go ahead and glue this like a pocket. Remember, this is going to be where our pocket is in our journal. So I'm going to take this and put some glue right along here and along the bottom here and back up here. And then we're going to put those together. And you're going to want to make this part, the edge of your page, pretty even. Just press that down. And there you go. You can see that we've got our page here. It'll take a minute for that to glue, but we've got our little opening there where we're going to be able to put our tags. Okay. So that is the first step of the page. And actually what I'm doing here is the very last page. I've got all the others done already for you. I didn't want you to have to go through that whole process with me. It would make quite a long video, and I wanted to shorten this, of course. So, and you can set these up. You know, you can kind of do your little assembly line and put what pages where you want them. I put these flowers. These are digitals that I got off of Etsy, and of course I did do a few little pockets also in there, and on these I put a little thumb hole there. But you can see that all of these ones on the inside have that little thumb hole cut out also, and you'll have to do those individually. I will show you on this one here that we're only going to do one side, because we don't want that thumb hole on the front, and we don't want the thumb hole on the back. So I'll show you that too. So I've cut out my pages, my scrapbook colors, and I have inked around those. I've inked also around the envelope on all of my ones here. So we'll go ahead and we'll glue that down. And just make sure you get the corners, get along the edges. Use whatever glue you like. I would not recommend you using the roll-on stick glues, because I don't think those hold as well. And then kind of have a little of that white showing around the edge of that, and just press it down. Remember, now we've got our cut edge over here, or the pocket edges over here. Now I'm going to turn it over and I'm going to put on my little piece here that I've cut out and got ready. And you can make these different sizes. They don't have to be, you can use other envelopes and make different sizes if you'd like. I'm just doing these basic junk mail envelopes that are pretty much like a standard legal size envelope, I guess you would say. So I'm going to go ahead and put that down. And there we go. This is the back. And this actually will go on this back part of this journal, like this. So I was talking about those thumb holes. And on this one here, I kind of use this as kind of a guide of about where I want that hole to go. But I'm using my little hole punch. It's not that little, it's kind of big, and so it's kind of bulky. And you cannot cut, I'm going to tell you this too, you can't cut these with this together. You have to cut them separate because they're so thick. It's just too hard. So you have to put your punch in like that to cut that circle. So that's what I'm going to do with this one. This is our back one here. And we're going to go over here where the pocket is. This is our back page, and we want one of those thumb holes on just the inside page. The outside page, we don't want one. We want that just left without that hole. So I'm going to go in. I'm going to stick my punch right in there, and it's kind of hard for you to see that. And you see that I've got that in there. And I'll turn it around here and kind of make sure that I've got it kind of centered, and then I'll go ahead and pop it, and there we go. We've got our little punch, and that will be going on the inside so that our back page does not have a thumb hole punch and our front page doesn't have one. I hope that makes sense to all of you. And then I just put a thumb hole punch on every one of these on both sides. So work a little bit with that. And again, you don't have to put those little thumb holes. You can just leave it all straight if you want. It just adds to the character of the little journal. So now that last page, I want to show you what we're going to do next. I'm going to go ahead and do my inking. And this is optional also, but I do love the way the inking looks. So I go around. And you'll see on some of these envelopes, if you have envelopes that have writing on them, you know, have an address on them, you might want to cover that up. So I'll take, like right in here, there might be some writing on here. It might have an address or something, or, you know, something like that. You can take an extra piece of your paper, and you can put it on the inside here like this and glue it right on inside there and cover that up. I mean, it's going to have something tucked in there anyway and covered up, but you might want to, in case there's not something in there, glue it just on the inside top part of that, so that will cover up any of the writing, if the writing bothers you. No, it doesn't really bother me, so I don't worry about that, but some of you might prefer not to have that. So okay, so now we're at the point, I mean, I've got all these done. We're going to do our little binding along here. And that's where this little piece of scrapbook paper, this is a thinner scrapbook paper, it's just one-sided here. And we kind of make like a bias tape kind of, and just fold it in half. And just fold it in half. Doesn't have to be perfect. Just, you know, you might not be absolutely perfect there, but that's okay. That's going to be on either side of the page, so that's not going to make a difference. Just gives it a little extra sturdiness for your holes and your rings to go in there. And then I'm going to take that, and it's going to go right on here like this. And I'm going to go ahead and I figure it goes to about there. I'm just going to go ahead and glue that down. Glue on both sides and glue pretty good. So you want that to stay. Put that right up to the edge and right along there like that. Give it a little press. Of course, you can see I'm using my art glitter glue today. It dries pretty quick and holds really well. So I'm going to go ahead and trim that off right there. And then you can do, I think, a couple more of these, so that you need about 3 of these strips. You can do a couple more of these, but you'll need about 3 of those strips. Anyway, you can see how that looks. It just finishes it off there. And that's our back page. So we've got the back page done. Got everything finished. I'm going to give you one little tip here. I noticed while making this, when I cut out those thumb holes, I had a little piece of the envelope that was kind of loose right in here, and I decided that I liked to have that glued. So I just went ahead and just right around the edge of that circle on the inside, put a little glue there. And squeeze that down. Just so that when you're pulling tags in and out, you're not going to get them stuck in there, you know, and fighting that. So just glued that down. So that's just one little trick I found while making these. And then we're going to put our little holes in for our rings. So I just take one of these as a guide, and I am using my crocodile, my Memory Keepers hole punch. Now, you can use a regular hole punch, you can use an awl, whatever you have. You don't have to have one of these, but these, you'll find out when you do invest in one of these, you'll use it all the time, all the time. I do anyway. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to punch me a hole right there. And go ahead and using my other as a guide there. And so this is my front page. I'll put it down, and this is my back page, and I got my holes punched there. Take a little bit of inking and go around the edges of my little spine there. Again, you know this is optional. You don't have to do that. So move that out of the way. Okay, so there we have it. This is what all your little pages will look like. And just think about all the things you can do with these little pages. I mean, you can add belly bands in here. You can add lace. You can decorate with any kind of ephemera you want on these. Just think about how you would decorate these up. Or you can leave them for the recipient or whoever you're going to give it to, for them to be able to add their things to that. So I went ahead and did this little cluster. I just took a plain piece of paper and I cut out a circle out of one of these digitals, and I always like to put a little wordage on there. So I put a little happy on there, and you can use lace, whatever works for you. Make it your own. The next thing I'm going to do real quick, I like the idea of what the lace looks like on the front here. So I like to glue a little piece of lace by the spine here, just to add to it. You can use ribbon, lace, washi tape. You can use all different things for that. So whatever is your preference, do what you want to do there. But I'm going to go ahead and get out my Fabrifix, because my Fabrifix is better with the ribbon or fabric or anything. I think that just holds better. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to just put a strip of this Fabrifix once my glue gets down there. It's starting to get low. Here we go. And I'm just going to put a strip of this Fabrifix along that edge. And then I'm going to add my piece of lace, and I'm going to just put it along there. Move the piece out of the way so you can kind of see. Just go ahead and use my little, press that down. There we go. Give it a minute, let it dry, and then I'll trim up those edges. All right, let's go ahead and trim up those edges. I'm going to go ahead and just trim there, trim there. There we go. I just think that adds to it. It really makes it look cute there. And when the more I think about adding some lace along the edges of the pages, that may really add to it too. I'm thinking that would be a great idea. Well, let's go ahead, and I went ahead and started my ribbon on my book rings here, and these are the book rings that come apart. So I'm going to go ahead and take this one apart. And the inch rings, I don't know that you could go any smaller. I do have smaller rings, but I'm afraid you go too small, they're not going to, it's not going to open as easily. So squeeze that tight, and boy, sometimes they are hard to get closed, but don't want to get my finger stuck in there. There we go. And the ribbon, I just kind of try to go with the colors that I've got here, and I've got these browns and greens, and I love the little gingham ribbons. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put this other one on, and then I'm going to show how I just tie on some of the ribbons. So go ahead and open that one up. Add that to my, oops, didn't get that one. Okay, and then what I do is I cut these ribbons, and you can use ribbon, you can use lace, you can use fabric. The little silky ribbons that you can buy are would work. And also, what is the other that now I can't think of the name of it. It's a real satiny, silky ribbon. Anyway, these are about 6 inches, 6 inches long. And I just go in and I just double knot them. So I go in. I cut them out about 6 inches long, but we may need to shorten them up a little bit. And I go ahead and just double knot. Those look a little long, so I'm gonna, and I cut them at a little bit of an angle. Okay, and let's add one more here. And you can add more if you want. I just put 4 here, but you can add more, whatever you like the looks of. If you like to have a little more frilly on ribbon showing. Sari silk was the name of the other. I was thinking it was sari silk. Trim that up a little. Okay, and there we go. We have our little ribbons on there, and like I said, you can add more ribbon if you want more. I found this ribbon on Amazon. You could get it in all different colors. Hobby Lobby carries them too. I mean, just probably could find some in the craft stores. So anyway, there we go. Got the main base of our little, well, it's pretty much done, except for all of our fun ephemera stuff that we're going to add. This feels like it's dried now. And so I'm going to show you, I'm not going to actually make any tags and stuff, but I'm going to show you some that I have made to put inside. First of all, I like to just take just plain printables with the blank on the back side for journaling, and round the corners and ink them up and use those for journaling cards. You can do those with all different kinds of different scrapbook papers and make your own. You could even decorate them your own. This is a tag that I just put a sticker on, and I'm using some of the same ribbons that I used on the outside of the little journal. And this one, here's another tag. I do have a punch that I use for up here, but you can just do regular tags just with the cut edges. They'll look just as good. And I put a sticker on the front of that one. You use your imagination and decorate these up any way you would like to do them. I know that I have other videos that have tags, how to make tags. So once you get that down, it's endless. This one, I put another little piece of that wax thread that I got. I got a bunch of wax thread, and I just made a bow and put that with the ribbon just to add to it. And here's some more, just more tags. Here's a bigger tag. And then these are the journaling cards. This one's blank on the back that you can fit inside. And you can decorate these up any way you want. I left this just as the digital plain. This one here, I took and made a pocket and put a little journaling card inside. And I cut out a circle and just cut it in half and put it at the top. And then I put a hole, cut out my edges, and put my ribbon in there. And there you have your little tag that you can put inside there, or the bigger tag. So let's go ahead and add some of these to our little journal here. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to put this one, this bigger one right inside here. And remember, if you feel like you're having to struggle sometimes getting these inside of these pieces, inside these pockets, you might need to cut them down a little bit. But I think it's okay for them to stick out some. In fact, I like to see the print on this side. So I'll just put that in there. Doesn't want to really fit in there really well. So there we go. That's better. Then, I mean, you can always put something on the other side here, a tag, but I don't know if I'll, well, let's go ahead and put this, tag on the other side so you don't have all that white showing. Then right over here, I'm going to put another tag. I'll put this tag. There we go. Put that in there. And I like the way that sticks out of there. You can put something on that side if you want, but these are all these pockets for adding different. Let's see, what do I want to put in there? Let's put this one in here. And you can put 2 tags in them. You can, if you really want to get into making a whole bunch of tags, you can fit 2 of these smaller tags inside these. This here has a pocket, so I'm going to put one of these small tags right here inside the pocket, kind of at an angle. And I think I'll leave, well, yeah, I'm going to leave that one blank. I'm going to go ahead and put another tag in here. Sticks out there like that. I have another little pocket here, so I'm going to put one of these little journaling cards that I put in. You can put a journaling card, you can put another tag if you want. You could also put a little sticker, a little ephemera if you want to add to that. And then I think I'll go ahead and put this one. It's got the little pocket on the back here. And just fit that right down in there. And that will stick out like that. And so I've got, let's go ahead and put, I think I'll go ahead and put this here. And then this little journaling tag, might as well use them all up. I'm going to go ahead and put that over here on this one, this little pocket. And there we go. We're done. And see how cute that is? Everything kind of sticks out, and you got all your ribbons and things showing, and I love the way that looks. And I also, one quick little thing I did was I took some of these bulb pins and I took some little beads and I added them on the bulb pin just to put a little dangle. Now keep in mind also that when you're doing that, sometimes you'll have to take a little tool and straighten out that one little curve on the bulb pin to be able to get your beads down across through there, but then you can bend it back. Maybe in another video I can maybe show something like that, but I thought this would look cute. You could hang it on one of the tags or even here on this little lace on the outside. Go ahead and just stick that through there. And let that hang right there, and it just adds a little bling to it. So anyway, there you have it. There's our little junk mail envelope tag journal, and I'm going to make a few of these and I'm going to put them out there on my Etsy shop. If anybody's interested, here is the link to my Etsy shop, and I'll try to go ahead and put that on the video also if anyone's interested in checking out. I only have a few items in there, brand new to it, and we'll see how things go with that. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this, and we'll go out and create and try making some of these yourself. Save those junk mail envelopes because they do have a purpose in the junk journal world. And watch for my next video and go out there and have fun and create, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.